Hello, my name's Lauren, and if you've not seen my videos before, I like to talk about all things bookish, so reading vlogs, monthly wrap-ups, book reviews, and today we are doing a reading vlog for The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. I am super excited to get into this one. I did a reading vlog for the Cinnamon Bun bookstore not too long ago, so I will leave a link to that below. And I also have a book review for the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, so I will leave that below as well. But now we are into December. I am so excited for this one. I think this is the one, like, out of all three that I have been the most excited for, because I just love Christmas. I love Christmas books, and I cannot wait to get into this. We put the tree up last night. This vlog isn't going out for a couple of weeks, so just for reference, it's the 7th of December today. I've not been awake very long, hence why I've still got my pyjamas on and I look very tired. But I just can't wait to get stuck into this. I am so excited for it, and I'm hoping it gives me all the festive feels with a little bit of spice in there. And yeah, I don't know how much of this I will get read today because I have lots of wrapping to do. Like, under the tree is just bare at the minute. There are no presents under there, so I need to do some wrapping. And also I didn't have the best night's sleep, so I think when I start reading this I'll probably end up falling asleep and having a nap. But what are Saturdays in December for if not reading and napping? So yeah, as usual with my reading vlogs, I will be updating along the way with this book. And yeah, let's get started. Hi, so there's not been much of a reading vlog yet because it's just been like a really strange and busy weekend. So got lots of wrapping done yesterday, as I said I wanted to do, but then we also had a power cut because we had a storm, and then we went out last night, so I haven't got much done. I'm in my super festive jumper because I've been out with my dad today. We always have like an annual father-daughter Christmas day out, so I have been doing that. So I've actually only read 2 chapters of this so far, which is really bad for me with this series because I can like speed through so many chapters of these books usually. So it's just really strange that I've only read 2. So there's not actually all that much to update on at the moment. If you've never seen my reading vlogs before, there will be spoilers. This is like an in-depth chat about the book. So if you haven't read this book and you don't want to know anything about it, then there's no point in continuing with the vlog. But if you are, let's get into it. So this is Kira and Bennett's story. So Kira is the new owner of the Christmas Tree Farm, and then Bennett is Jeannie's brother from the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So it's covering their story, and it's a bit of a reversal in this one. So you've got Bennett, who's like the happy sunshine, and Kira, who is the grumpy one. And Kira and Bennett have met for the first time. Like, things aren't going well at the Christmas Tree Farm. Kira doesn't really like Christmas. She doesn't want the place to operate as a Christmas tree farm. However, she has to make money to do up the place because it's just not really inhabitable at the moment. And then Bennett was walking his dogs through the field, not realising that anyone lived at the farm. So Kira and Bennett have met, and it did not get off to a good start. And now the town want Bennett to go and check on Kira just as like a neutral party to see how things are going. And that is as far as we've got in the book. So I'm hoping I can get a few more chapters of this read today and we can do a bit of a better update. So let's see how that goes. The Christmas Tree Farm. I don't know what is happening because I love the Dream Harbour series. Like, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe was a revelation for me, and you all know how much fun I had reading the Cinnamon Bun bookstore if you watched that reading vlog. So I don't know why I am just not vibing with this. I don't know if I'm just not in the right frame of mind, but I've been reading this since Saturday, and I'm doing this, like, you'll be able to tell and you can't. I am 90 pages in over Saturday and Sunday, which I know I've had a very busy weekend, but that is poor for me with these books. I would usually be probably at around the 200 page mark now, maybe a little bit less. And yeah, it's just not happening. Like I say, I don't know if I'm just not in the right frame of mind. Like, it's a really busy time of year. there's work stuff and all of that. That's the cat asking to go out, so I'm just going to go and let the cat out. Which actually, letting the cat out reminds me that we've not had a cat in this vlog yet, and that is highly unusual for a reading vlog. I do have one that's asleep next to me, so I might show you a quick clip of him in a minute. But anyway, back to this. Not vibing with it, and I don't know why. Like I say, really busy time of year. Work's just, is work. And yeah, I don't know, see, I think Kira is about 24 in this book, and she is a trust fund girl, and I don't know if it's that aspect of it that I'm just not clicking with as a 33-year-old working class Brit. That I just can't vibe with the 24-year-old American trust fund baby. But yeah, I'm just not getting the vibes that I got from the Pumpkin Spice Cafe or the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, and it's really annoying me. But yeah, there's been no spice yet either, so maybe, I don't know, maybe that's got something to do with it. But yeah, we'll see. Kira's just been to the tree lighting festival and announced the official opening of her Christmas tree farm. She's getting closer to Bennett. Things are steaming up a little bit there. She's hired a Santa for the Christmas tree farm, and that is about it so far. Gutted doesn't cover it right now. But I'm going to persevere, and hopefully it's just my terrible mindset at the moment that's affecting it. And hopefully in a couple of more chapters I will be saying I don't know why I couldn't get into it, because it's the best thing ever. Fingers crossed. Here's the tiny little sleepy baby that I mentioned, wedged in under the table. Hi. Howdy. So I read some more last night. Powered on because I am not giving up on this book. And I am now on chapter 12, page 136. And in all fairness, I am getting into it a little bit more now. I still don't think it's as good as the first two books though. I'm still undecided if it's me or the book, because I'm sure you've noticed by now that this reading vlog is a little bit different from the two reading vlogs that I've done before. I've not really had the opportunity, and I don't think I'm going to be honest, with this book, to sit down and just have like a really nice cozy evening and power my way through the book. It's just a bit of a crazy time of year. There's stuff going on, like I think I'm going out tonight. I'm a little bit undecided on that at the minute, purely because I haven't had the time to sit and just have a cozy night. But yeah, I still don't know if it's me or the book. I feel like it's a little bit of both. I really don't think it's as good as the first two, but then I also don't have the time to invest in it like I did with the first two. So I'm afraid for this reading vlog, it literally is going to be a lot of me just like sitting and talking to you rather than like the cute little montages and things like that. And I know there's like been a lot of cat footage in the other two vlogs, but yeah, we've just got to roll with it. It's December, it's crazy busy, I'm still working, like I'm self-employed, I have to keep powering through. And then there's life to live as well. But the book, what has happened since yesterday's update? So the Christmas tree farm has now reopened. Bennett and Jeannie and Logan and Hazel and Noah all showed up, and I think that is where I started to like this book a little bit more, when those other characters that we've already read about came into the story. So the Christmas tree farm, now it's reopened, sounds super cute. Like 100% would visit it if I lived in Dream Harbour. It sounds amazing. I love Christmas, I would be all over that. Bennett has been helping out because the opening day didn't quite go to plan, and I think like both Kira and Bennett are now realising that they might like each other a little bit. There's still been no spice, I should add. We're on page 136 and the spice had spiced in the Cinnamon Bun bookstore by now several times. Nothing's happened in this one yet, so it's very much gone back to like how the pumpkin spice cafe was at the minute. Like all the spice in that was towards the end. I feel like this won't be at the end. There's just not as much of it as the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, much to my disappointment. But yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, Bennett's ex has been in touch with him as well, and now is like umming and ahhing whether he should get in contact with her. And the little mystery element in this one, like both books have had like a mystery element. In the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, it was who was trying to sabotage the cafe. In the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, it was who was leaving the notes. So the mystery element in this comes from the previous owners of the farm. So like a lot of people in the town say that the previous owner was like a little bit strange, and there's rumours about like things that might have been left at the farm that range from bodies to hidden treasure. And Bennett and Kira have found a note tucked behind a radiator that seems to be from the previous owner and seems to be like a sort of will from the previous owner. So that is the mystery aspect of this book. But yeah, it's picking up. I am getting into it more. We'll see how it goes. We could have all guessed that this was going to happen when I said earlier, oh, I don't know if I'm going out tonight or not. I'm in the UD. I have the book. I am not going out. Like, I know that makes me seem super sad, but do you know what? It's been crazy so far, and I am going out on Thursday night, and then me and my husband are away in Manchester over the weekend, which is just going to be manic because it's Manchester, it's the weekend, it's the Christmas market, and we're actually there for 2 concerts. So my little brain is already fried at the thought of that. So I am having a cosy night in. We are going in with the coziness, and there will be a cozy montage. But yeah, I did read some of this in the bath. It is starting to click a little bit more now. I still don't think Kira's a great character in comparison to the other female characters that we've read in the Dream Harbour series so far. I feel like the spice will be coming very soon. So far, where are we up to now? There is a snowstorm a-coming, and we all know what's going to happen because Bennett, bless him, cannot help himself. Like, he's a fixer. He has to help other people, and he can't stand the idea that Kira is completely unprepared for this snowstorm. So he has let his friends take the dogs to Logan's farm while he goes back and makes sure Kira is prepared for this storm. The man's going to get snowed in, and he's going to find some ways to keep himself warm that probably involve Kira's body and her bed. But yeah, I am on page 164 now, and I am just waiting for the spice to hit. I need the Christmas spice. But yeah, you can probably tell I am a little bit more into it now than what I have been. And I'm just really, really excited that I get my cozy night to just sit and read and fully lose myself in Dream Harbour. Like, I think this is what has been missing. I do think in part it is the book. I know, let's be fair, like, these kind of books aren't meant to be super relatable, but there's just too many differences, like, for me to fully click with Kira. But I do also think it's because I haven't had my cozy night with the blankets and a hot chocolate and the cats to just sit and read this. So that is what we're going to do. We're just going to sit, get cozy and read this. So come and join me and let's get the cozy night underway. knew I'd made the right decision staying in tonight. The spice has hit. We need the big light on and we need to discuss. The Christmas tree farm is finally spicing. Oh, and what a treat. It has taken 206 pages for the spice to hit. So if you're wondering where to skip to, page 206 is your friend. We were spoilt with the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Like, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, we all know, was far spicier than the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and the spice in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore hit much earlier on. Was it worth waiting 206 pages for what I've just read? 100%. Like, oh my goodness. Laurie Gilmore has outdone herself with that scene. It's something that we've not had in the books before, and I'm not sure what I can and can't say on YouTube, if I'm honest, but there are toys involved in this scene, and yeah, do yourselves a favour and just go and read chapter 18. Hi, we are super close to the end now. I have, like, let me see if I can show you better. I've got like 40 pages left, so it is nearly finished. See, the last time I like got all excited about the spicy scene, and then there's been nothing since then. Disappointed. Yeah, still not enjoying this as much as the other books. Like I said, there's 40 pages left, so unless like we're really going to hammer the spice on those 40 pages, I can't see there being much else in here like the scene that we talked about the other night. I decided after saying the other day, like, I didn't know if it was just me or if it was the book or a combination of both. I was like, I'm going to go and look at some reviews for this, like spoiler-free reviews, and let's just get a little feel for things. Like, is it me or is it the book? And there are so many people that seem to agree with me when it comes to the characters in this book. Like, I get that Kira's supposed to be grumpy, and I don't necessarily have a problem with that. However, she's not just grumpy, she's downright mean at times. And then Bennett is just a complete and utter sap. Like, apparently until he gets in the bedroom, and then it's a whole different story. But yeah, I'm just really not feeling these characters at all. Like, they are doing nothing for me, and apparently a lot of other people feel the same way about this. So, basically, like, they've all had Christmas together. Kira and Bennett went to Jeannie and Logan's for Christmas, and Hazel and Noah were there and everything. And then Kira and Bennett have sort of had the conversation about whether Bennett will be sticking around in Dream Harbour or not. And Kira's like sort of gone back to the grumpiness now because she doesn't want to get her feelings hurt. There are times where like I do warm to Kira a little bit, but most of the time I can't get on board with her. So that is where we are. Kira's feeling extremely sorry for herself, and yeah, I'm sure we all know it's going to resolve itself in these next 40 pages. So my aim is to get this finished tonight, because I cannot string this out any longer. I've been reading this since Saturday now, and it's Thursday today. So I want to get this finished tonight, and then when I look slightly more presentable than what I currently do tomorrow morning, I'll do my final update and rating on this. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. So that is the end of the Christmas Tree Farm reading vlog. I've now finished the book. I would say my overall rating for this is 3 out of 5. Now, I gave the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore 5 out of 5. Because they were just so much fun to read. Like, I loved the stories and I loved the characters. This wasn't not fun to read, it just wasn't anywhere near as good as the first 2 books, in my opinion. I finished it last night, and like reflecting on it now, I just feel like it was a very strange mix of things that just didn't work. So the dedication in this book says, for anyone who ever wished Hallmark Christmas movies were steamier, this one might do the trick. For me, it just doesn't fulfill that dedication at all. It's like not particularly like cheesy and romantic enough to be a Hallmark Christmas movie, and it's not steamy enough to live up to that promise. So yeah, like I say, the romance aspects in it weren't particularly great, and then the spicy scenes were really lacking, especially compared to the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. But I would also say that this is probably even less spicy than the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is fine if you're going to get like the romance, nice, cozy element of it right. And it just failed a little bit because I wasn't really a massive fan of the characters. I did warm up to them towards the end, and in all fairness, the ending to this was quite a nice, cutesy ending. But yeah, overall, not as good as the first two. This is not a particular big spoiler, but in the book there are some old letters between the old Christmas tree farm owner and his wife, and there's like a whole thing about how no one writes letters to each other anymore, and how it's nice for like grandkids to maybe like find these love letters between their grandparents and things like that. But then the letters are like really smutty, which is fine, but it just didn't really work with the whole how nice are letters and no one does in it anymore. And then it was just like really smutty content. It just felt a bit strange. So yeah, if you've read the other two books, I do recommend giving it a go. Like all the other characters are in here from the first two books, so you might as well give it a bash. It just didn't quite live up to expectations for me, but it was an okay Christmas read. I don't know what the next reading vlog will be. It'll be a 2025 reading vlog next, and there is a lot of fantasy on my 2025 TBR, so it might be a fantasy reading vlog, who knows. But let me know if you've read this book and what your thoughts on it were, and I will see you guys next time.